Well, hello again, my friends. We're back. National Title Game Monday here in the Tri-State. My Wolverines. Today has been a tough day to work. Focus on work with the game and off work, off tomorrow. Hopefully the Wolverines can pull out a miraculous victory. Villanova is excellent, folks. It would take a virtuoso performance. Let's just say Michigan has to play with Villanova against a very good Kansas team. And even then, some they hope Villanova's off. Because I think Michigan even playing perfect, they're going to need some breaks. And it's supposed to be this way. I mean, Michigan has had a nice, I don't want to say soft run because I think Florida State was very good. Loyola was very good. People are saying, oh, those are very good teams. A&M beat North Carolina by 25. I don't think that was a fluke. But it does help when North Carolina loses and Gonzaga and some other teams. But anyway, here we are at a beer review, and I have a treat for you today, our local brewery. This is from the Figleaf Brewing Company, and they're located in Middletown, Ohio, right up the road. It's the ISO-Hazy New England style India Pale Ale, unfiltered, unpasteurized, stored, and served properly. It says aromas of mango and grapefruit rind over top a base of clean two-row malt, mild herbal character, hazy medium gold hue, grapefruit rind, and mango carry forward. Access the palate with firm bitterness, bone dry finish, and subtle bitterness lingers. Tell you what, I picked up there was a 4-pack the other day at a gas station of this one, and it's actually a pretty decent beer. Doesn't stack up to me with the 450 IPAs that use these style of hops. However, it is pretty refreshing and tasty. The beer checks in at 7.2% alcohol by volume, and the IBUs are 72, so it's a pretty bitter beer. Not terribly, 72. I mean, that's right around where you want them, for me anyways. Between 60 and 80, I figure would be my limit. What the hell's up with this bottle opener? Damn. On there, very tight, that cap. Blank bottle cap there, nothing to see. This was actually my first Figleaf beer. They've been around for a couple of years. I've never really been up there. And I see some of their stuff at Jungles. There's some New Holland glassware here. The beers at Jungles from them are very, very pricey. They have a couple of barrel-aged bottles that are $13.99, and I'm thinking for a brewery that nobody really has ever had, I didn't want to get one of the bottles. I did think this 4-pack was $12.99. That's still a little intense for a brewery that's not, but I think it's the startup cost. So let's go ahead and get a pour into the glassware. You watch while I pour. Typical hazy color here for an IPA. Pours out a nice, it does pour out a nice hazy color. This is a pretty decent IPA, I will say. I did try this Saturday. I figured I'd review it here, just checking in. So some lovely carbonation there, stemming out of the bottle. Nice amount of head on this. I was not too aggressive with this pour. Again, 7 point. This is actually what you want in an IPA. I think for me, you talk about numbers. There's a lot of head on it. Let that sit for a minute. When you're looking for me, the numbers, I want the balance. I want it to be 70 IBU. That sounds about right. And then also 7.2%. Perfect on both angles. You want the IBUs and the head to be, at a decent amount. So they did a pretty good job with this. Like I said, not having too much of their stuff. I really have a hard time buying a bomber for 14 bucks. And one of my buddies said their barrel aged stout is killer, but it's like I've never had it. And from a brewery, Hop and Frog stout, I know it's going to be good, or a Listerman stout, a Founder, a brewery, even a while back, where it's like, yeah, it's pricey, but you know it's going to be good. And I'm not saying Figleaf's not good. I mean, it could be killer, and you could love it, and it could be an elite beer. But that first initial purchase for any brewery, 7 years ago when I never had a Hop and Frog beer, I was fortunate to try some at a tasting. I tried 2 or 3 stouts at a taste. I forget where I was. It wasn't even a pint. I was at a friend's house somewhere, and they had some Hop and Frog, and poured me in a little 3-ounce glass. I'm like, this is legit, and 3 different stouts. And I'm like, I think anything that's going to be good. So, not even really knocking Figleaf, but not having anything from them, it's tough. But anyway, here's the pour. Nice amount of head. So let's get in there. Let's get some quick aroma here. Awesome. Again, good passion fruit. A lot of mango. I'm getting citra, mango, tropical fruit notes. Good lush. Let's thank the brewers up there in Middletown, Figleaf. Also, thank you for watching, and go Blue tonight, man. A big, big night for me. Cheers. That's a tasty brew, folks. I love these New England style IPAs. I know most hopheads want the West Coast and the citrus. This is really good. This is a nice brew. Good mango, tropical citrus notes. However, though, I will say This is very drinkable, and I do like it, and I'm going to give it a B+, but I'm not going to give it an A because I just don't think, I think it tastes it tastes a lot like other IPAs that I've tried. And again, I'm not knocking this beer, I'm knocking Figleaf, I just feel like all these IPAs are running together. Same with stouts. I mean, that's where I'm getting a concern with craft beer is there's just so many breweries now that everything seems to have already been done. This is drinkable, yes, but this does not. It's just some lacing, lovely lacings with carbonate. This is very good and refreshing. I'll tell you what, hot summer day, this is it, baby. This is an aspect beer, 7.2. Nothing wrong with this beer. Like I said, I think it's really good, B+. Super smooth. My God, the finish is great. I wouldn't even detect 72 IBUs with this. No, and that's what's saying on the bottle. I'm not going to trust their judgment. I would probably guess more in the 40 to 50 range, but they're probably correct and I'm wrong. But this is a good beer, folks. I recommend this, especially if you're into local. A lot of people want to support local breweries, and I don't want to knock him with this comment, but I feel like Middletown could use some support. You know, I'm not saying that with the business and all the drugs going on, the opioids, and I think people should support a brewery in Middletown. So. B+ for me. This is an IPA that's really refreshing, really good. However, like I just said, it doesn't wow me in a sense. Oh my God, it is very good. I would buy this again. I think I will this summer. Certainly a beer I would drink again. But again, I've had so many other IPAs that are so similar to this that just doesn't stand out. So I'm still going to say B+. I'm still going to say it's very tasty, refreshing, and it's a decent beer. So. There we go, the Figleaf ISO-Hazy. Life is short, my friends. Tonight is an epic night, national championship, basketball, Wolverines versus the great Villanova. How about Jay Wright? What a man Jay Wright is. Watch his comments, and more really, you know, they're good friends with John Beeline, who's a great man as well. I feel like Jay Wright did get not upset, but he was getting annoyed with the Beeline questions because, you know, it is great, and he has great sportsmanship in class, but after 7 or 8 minutes of talking about Beeline, Wright's like, let's talk about Villanova and what we need to do, and I get it. He didn't say anything. His body language was building up like, hey, that's enough about Beeline. But he's a great man. And, you know, I've always liked Villanova, too. Even though they won it 2 years ago, I'm rooting for Michigan tonight. Villanova's one of those teams where it's like a small school out of Philly. They may very well have their second time in 3 years tonight, but they've been there. And I feel like they're just a team that wins. And for being a small school in Philadelphia, I think because it is Philly that helps. But, yeah, great program. Jay's a great man. But anyway, go Blue tonight, and we must be happy. Try this IPA, though, folks. Figleaf ISO-Hazy if you're local, or if you just if you see this video and get this. I know the good buddy Dave, the beer professor, he got a Figleaf beer that he tried up north in Cleveland. So again, this is an ass kicker beer. I really recommend this beer if you like New England style IPAs. So cheers everybody, and hail the victors. See you guys.